One morning at home, Emma watches a cat drowning in the fountain in her yard. She feels nothing for the poor creature and closes the curtains before getting ready for school. She marks the calendar and fixes all her trophies, showing she's a very organized and talented girl. While having breakfast with her widowed father, David, she tells him that her school will award a medal to the ideal student this month, and her goal is to win it. She also wonders if David will keep dating but swears it doesn't bother her. At that moment, her Aunt Angela arrives and informs them she's found a new nanny for Emma. Emma says she doesn't want a new nanny after her last one died, she wants Angela to take care of her. However, Angela already has a job. Then, Emma tells them about the dead cat in the fountain, and David has to retrieve the body. At school, a wasp enters the classroom, causing all the kids to panic. Emma stays calm, traps the wasp in a cup, and releases it through the window. Milo wonders how she did that, so Emma explains there's a nest in her backyard and her dad taught her that wasps only attack when threatened. Meanwhile, David interviews Chloe and hires her as the new nanny, scheduling her to start next week. Later, Emma overhears Milo admiring another girl's watch. When the girl goes outside to play, Emma trips her on purpose, making it look accidental. She then helps the girl up to appear kind in front of the teacher, but secretly steals her watch. That evening, Emma practices smiling sweetly and innocently in front of a mirror. The next morning, she dresses in her best outfit and asks David to help her look perfect. At the school ceremony, Milo wins the merit medal. Emma claps along with everyone, but her tapping foot betrays her annoyance. Afterward, David speaks with Mrs. Ellis, who tells him Emma is brilliant but lives in her own world. At the after-party, Emma complains to David that she deserved the medal and lists Milo's flaws. David scolds her, so she pretends to apologize, claiming she's happy for Milo. Later, while the adults chat, Emma lures Milo into the forest. They reach a cliff by the ocean, and Milo grows uneasy as Emma acts strangely. Minutes later, Emma returns alone and urges David to leave. When Milo's parents ask about him, Emma claims she hasn't seen him. Suddenly, screams erupt. Kids have found Milo's body on the shore. His parents attempt CPR, but it's too late. That night, David confides in Angela about his worries for Emma, unaware she's eavesdropping. The next morning, he tries to discuss Milo's death with Emma, but she dismisses it. Soon, Chloe arrives, and David gives her a house tour before leaving. Chloe later steals medicine from the bathroom and mocks a movie she watches with Emma, who takes offense. When Chloe probes about Milo's death, Emma coldly states sadness is pointless since he's dead. Chloe then casually asks if David is dating anyone. Emma reveals he dumped a past girlfriend because she didn't like her, and blackmails Chloe after catching her stealing pills. Now, Chloe must serve Emma ice cream and cookies past bedtime. At Milo's funeral, Emma remains dry-eyed while others weep. David learns from Milo's mother that the medal is missing and she requests party photos. At home, David nearly discovers the medal under Emma's bed, but she distracts him. Reviewing photos, he notices Emma fixated on the medal. The next day, Mrs. Ellis and a lawyer visit, questioning Emma's presence in the woods with Milo, a non-swimmer who inexplicably climbed the cliff. Chloe catches Emma spying and deduces the truth. When the lawyer suggests Emma may have killed Milo, she smashes a cookie jar to disrupt the conversation. After they leave, David tends to Emma's accidental cut. She denies knowing anything, calls Ellis a liar, and feigns grief over Milo. Later, David showers and finds Chloe lingering in his room. She claims innocence. The next morning, she flirts with him under the guise of discussing Emma. During a walk, Chloe warns Emma that David is suspicious but boasts of protecting her. Spotting Ellis at Milo's house, Chloe taunts Emma about the police closing in. Emma retaliates by threatening to expose Chloe's theft, but Chloe mocks her with a graphic description of execution. Soon after, Chloe searches for Emma and notices the missing wasp nest. She finds the medal under Emma's bed. Meanwhile, Ellis drives off, only to crash after wasps swarm her car, unaware the nest was planted on her seat. David returns home, oblivious to the medal hanging on his lamp until Emma tries sneaking off with it. Chloe exposes its hiding spot, forcing Emma to fabricate a story. Milo let her wear it after a game, and she doesn't know how he disappeared. David scolds her for hiding it, but Emma scoffs at burying it with Milo. David calls Angela, seeking a psychiatrist for Emma. On the road, he passes a fatal car crash, Ellis's, but doesn't stop. That night, he dreams of his late wife and Ellis as a doctor warning of Emma's wrongness. He wakes to a nightmare of Chloe dead in the fountain and Milo as a zombie, only to realize it's still a dream. At breakfast, Chloe calls Emma a psycho for the medal betrayal. David forces Emma to return it to Milo's grieving mother, who reveals Ellis's death. Emma feigns sorrow, manipulating David into leaving. Later, David notices the wasp nest is gone. Researching child psychopathy, he grows convinced Emma is a sociopath. At a doctor's visit, Emma lies flawlessly, claiming she cried for 2 days over Milo. The doctor dismisses concerns, leaving David stunned. Back home, Chloe sunbathes provocatively, taunts Emma about her friendlessness, and admits she's pursuing David. Emma warns her off, but Chloe laughs, unafraid. That night, David leaves for a date after Emma declares she'll never accept a stepmother. Alone, Chloe investigates flickering lights and noises in the workshop, where Emma traps and burns her alive. David returns to find Chloe's charred corpse and Emma blaming her smoking. The sheriff later confirms arson. Cornered, David demands the truth. Emma admits pushing Milo, mocking his inability to swim, and killing the nanny, who should have protected herself. She confesses to Ellis's and Chloe's murders, screaming about hating stepmothers. David tries calling the doctor, but she's away. The next morning, the sheriff schedules an interrogation. Instead, David takes Emma to their lake house. Housekeeper Brian greets them. That night, David dreams of Chloe's corpse in the tub. The next day, Emma sees him researching sociopathy. He admits distrusting her. Desperate, David considers the gun in his nightstand. Emma, sensing his plan, kisses him goodnight, opens all gas valves, and flees to the lake. David wakes just in time, shutting the gas. Confronting Emma, she demands to live with Angela. He drugs her hot chocolate, but she switches their mugs. When he dozes, she puts the gun in his hand and fires a missed shot. As David, weakened by sedatives, struggles, Emma calls 911, screaming he's trying to kill her. Brian bursts in, shooting David just as police arrive. Emma smirks as Angela hugs her, calling David was sick. Subscribe to our channel and enable notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.